mentioned the term drift, which, obviously I immediately go to like cars, drifting, and my head went completely in a different direction. But if I bring that back to data, I thought that was a really interesting perspective on using the term drift to really articulate that the data that you created at the beginning may have slightly modified as more data. So after it's gone to production, as more data was being consumed, there's this maintenance on the model. And I wanted to talk about that because you highlighted it briefly, but I don't think that conversation's really been discussed a lot lately. I think people just make this assumption that, oh, there's AI and we created it and here's the decision and that's it. There's nothing left to do. But there's a whole nother process that happens after you've gone to production. Is that right?
There is. And I often said this to in my conversations to data scientists or external partners, is that model is only going to be as good as you train it for. And it is always learning the historical data and assuming the future can be represented by the past, which often is not the case. As a result, model has to be managed and maintained after the deployment through constantly monitoring. And when the future data is no longer in line with history, your model is not going to predict the right thing because the data, underlying data, is no longer in line with what the model is trained on. So this might be extreme, but model, in my opinion, once it's being trained using the historical data and continue to predict futures, is deteriorating from the point it is deployed.